Hey everybody, you know who it is. I know the way I do my videos sitting there like this. I gotta say something to start these stupid things. But tonight I'm not gonna be so hard on women. I guess uh, it's gonna be across the board. You people, I'm telling you what they're getting ready to do to all of you, all of us. You guys ain't gonna see it coming. You guys are so soft. You guys have done all this to yourselves. Somebody like me, somebody even many levels above me, cannot help you. You can't be trusted. If somebody like me was to just allow anybody to come into my life, my family, my community, my group, how would I keep myself safe? People, I would say about 60% of you in America today could not have survived in the neighborhood I grew up in. Just in the neighborhood I grew up in. Now, I told you before, my parents had money, but they didn't waste it on. I mean, there was nice neighborhoods in town that they could have been living in. But those nicer neighborhoods probably would have been a $400 or $500 a month house payment. My parents weren't going to pay that. They paid, I think the highest house note they paid the entire time I was growing up was 100 to 160 bucks a month. We lived in the same house, but I never, come on, people, I was a kid and they hid shit from me when I was older and I could understand stuff. But they, I think it was somewhere between $100 and $160 a month was our house payment. The first house we grew up in, we spent about 17 years in that house. No, it was longer than that. We was in that house over 20 years because I had graduated from high school and then I went into the military. And when I came out of the military, which wasn't as long as you guys would think, but when I came out of the, I had an honorable discharge under medical conditions because of my heart. Um, they refused to let me stay in because of my heart problems. And this was when I was 18, 19 years old, people. Um, but I came home and I moved. I packed up I had an old 1973 Plymouth Fury two-door coupe. And I packed that son of a bitch with all my shit when the Army told me I was going home. And I moved to Florida. Well, I went down there. Let's see, I went down there and I stayed for about 9, 10 months. My dad said, "Hey man, once you come back up here," he goes, "Man, I'm ready. We're ready to move, and I want to come down there and check out that area and see what happens." And I said, "All right." Well, I came back up, and my dad and I left most of my shit in Florida, but I came up in my car and my dad loaded up the motor home. He was going to stay in the motor home and shit. And so what we did is we hooked up my car, towing it behind his motor home. And we went back down there, or went me and him went down together to Florida, and he was trying to start a business down there and everything, and got it going. And so him and my mom and dad, or my mom and dad both decided we did that 2 years, and then but my dad would always go back home for the summer because he could work back up in Indiana during the summer. During the winter, he came down, and then he'd go back up, and he did that for 2 years. I stayed in Florida, and then once they decided that they were going to make the move, they sold the house, and that was about 20 some years that they were in that house, but they paid $160 a month. Um, Hell, I don't even remember where I was going with all that. Oh, you guys! Oh, how soft you guys are. Yeah, that neighborhood I grew up in. Let's put it like this: the girls in it would have kicked all you men's asses. I guarantee you that. These girls in our neighborhood, there was one of them. I'm gonna have to call her my sister because that's exactly who she was. But she was 5'9". There was one time there was about 4 or 5 guys. They were riding skateboards and shit on this street that we were walking down to go to the store. She talked me into going to the store with her because she didn't want to go by herself. We were walking there. We went walking past these 4 guys, and they saw me, and I was somebody they picked on because I was a lot. I was always the smallest person in the class, folks. So these 4 guys started picking on my ass. And I took their shit, and I gave a little shit back. But my sister got pissed off. And she looked at them and said, listen. And she stood over the top of all of them, all 4 of them, at 5'9". She goes, I'm only going to tell you once, leave him alone. Let's go, Brian. That's what she said. I started walking behind her, and one of them came up and pushed me down or some shit. And when he did, my sister walked over to him, snatched him up with a handful of his hair on his head. She started doing this and just jerking his ass from left to right, up and down, jerking him around. He couldn't do a damn thing but do this. He was fucking, he didn't have no control of nothing. She whipped his ass around like a wet towel or a doll, man, whipping him around. When she got done, she fucking slammed his ass down on the ground. She looked at the rest of them boys and said, now, anybody else? The hell, I walked away with a big old smile on my face, man. That was my sister. Now, she wasn't the toughest one in the damn neighborhood either. I'm telling you, you fucking American guys, you are pussies. You wouldn't have survived in that neighborhood. But let me tell you where I live today. I didn't know. We didn't know when we rented this fucking house. We live on a street about 1/8 of a mile long. Both ends dead end. Either end. Railroad tracks stopped one end. But these people said, after we moved in, man, I'm telling you what, this neighborhood's so damn tough. We come in here. We have an electric washer and dryer. You can see on. Let me see, where's my finger at? Right there's the washer, and the dryer's right behind it. It's all electric, people. Well, when we moved here, it was going to cost us a bunch of money to have damn 220 run down to the basement where the fucking gas dryers are. They don't have electric around here, evidently. It's all gas dryers. So my wife said, fuck it. We'll just buy a new washer and dryer. So she called up Rent-A-Center and said, bring a washer and dryer over here. She's bought a lot of shit from them. We have. On payments, of course. And they brought it over. Well, fuck, the day they delivered it, they saw the neighborhood we were living in. Hell, they come back 2 days later fucking threatening us. They backed the truck in the driveway. We need a damn next month's payment. And we're like, my wife's like, what the fuck you talking about? We just got this shit 2 days ago. And they're like, well, no, you owe us money. We need next month's payment, and we're not leaving without the money or the damn truck or the washer and dryer. She comes out. I'm working out in the barn out here, and she goes, babes, they're out front wanting the damn washer and dryer. We ain't had it 2 days. She goes, I know. I went out there. I told that boy, get the fuck off our property. I said, I ain't going nowhere. So what do you mean? I'm telling you, get the fuck off his property. He goes, oh no, I'll just call the police department, Boardman Township Police Department. They'll come over here, and they'll let me in your house to get that washer and dryer if you ain't going to give me the payment. I said, we don't owe you shit. We ain't had the shit 2 days. We don't owe you shit. He goes, well, I'm not leaving now without the stuff because I done talked bad to him. I said the word shit. I said, I'm going to tell you again, get the fuck off my property. He goes, no, I'll go over here. I'll call Boardman Town. They'll kick your fucking door in if they have to. I said, how are they going to do that when I'm standing on the other side with a 12-gauge shotgun loaded with fucking 1-ounce slugs? He goes, they'll do it. And finally, my wife got his boss on the phone. His boss told him, get the fuck off the property. That's how I started in this neighborhood. Now, these people that live around here, I've been here for 2.5 years. These people told me, man, I don't know what it was, but when you moved in, all the damn garage break-ins and shit that's been going on around here for years, that stopped. Well, why is that? I used to carry a gun on my hip when I first moved in here. These people all know it. They seen me carrying my rifles and shotguns around over here. They all know it. They seen when the damn cops came to my house and arrest me, they had to take the gun out of my pocket and give it to my wife. They all know it. That's the only thing I can tell you. Now, I come from other neighborhoods that the people in the neighborhoods knew. I used to fucking set my shit up, my guns right out in the fucking front yard. I'd set up tables and go out there with my rifles, shotguns, pistols, everything. Semi-automatic, revolver, whatever. I'd start cleaning them. People walking by and see all them guns and shit, man. I've had hundreds and hundreds of guns. Different kinds. These people, they come to me, after a couple fucking years, they end up trusting me. Because I help them and shit and do shit for them. And their lawnmower break, I'd come over and cut the grass for them and shit. They start asking me, hey, man, something happens to my house. I call you, will you come? Here's my fucking phone number. I said, call me before you call 911. Give me a chance. Well, all you might need is just me pointing a gun at somebody. And they did. Now, my neighbors would call me before they'd call 911. That's how soft you motherfuckers are. Let's put it like this. Where I live here, about every fucking other house got a damn pit bull or 2 or 3. Pit bulls. I ain't shitting you. And then the houses that don't have the pit bulls, hell, they're not messing around here. These motherfuckers got links for cats. I ain't lying to you. Them motherfuckers are ninjas. They're the ninjas of the cat world, especially when it comes to the neighbors own them. They ain't running wild. It's the neighbors' cats and their links. I'll show you pictures if you want to see them. But them damn lynx, they come in here, they catch a fucking 13-inch fucking rat. Lay that some bitch out there in the fucking yard. For when I cut the grass, they're showing me, hey, I killed that motherfucker. Here he is. Like they're doing their job. Pit bulls and lynx, people. You think I'm lying? Come to my fucking neighborhood. Come to my neighborhood, man. Not counting the rent-a-center shit and the cops. These fucking lynx, man, this cat, I swear I was watching him. He's walking out here past my fucking Jeep. They're so fucking sneaky they can sneak up on themselves. And he did. Now this cat's walking along. I don't know what he sees, but he's sneaking. He's sneaking. Oh, buddy, he's down. He's sneaking, man. I'm watching. I'm standing in the house looking at him out my kitchen window watching him. He walks up next to my damn Jeep. Just got through cleaning it. He looks over. He sees himself. He jumped about 3 foot in the fucking air, and he did what they call a triple Lindy. I laughed my ass off. I've never seen anything like that. That cat was doing shit in the air, 3 foot off the ground. He flipped himself. He snuck up on his damn self. And I just made a reference to something that probably shows my age of triple Lindy. And that comes from Back to School and Rodney Dangerfield, if you people really want to know. But that's what the cat looked like he did. Or that lynx. It wasn't just a cat. Well, guys, I don't know. I heard somebody talking in a video the other day. They were talking about Indian food. I'm going to make this quick. And how it smells and shit. And if you live around them Indians in there, that's dot, not feather, folks. Dot, not feather. If you live around them and they're cooking and shit, it'll stink up your whole house and your furniture and your clothes and shit. And he wasn't lying. That's true. But it ain't no different than the fucking Spanish food and the Asian food. And probably, I don't know, some African food. Maybe some other countries I ain't never been to. Probably eat some shit that I would never eat. And I hear in, like, the Monicans, or from Monaco or something like that. They're Moronicans or something. I don't know. Moronicans is about right. But they do some fancy stuff with a dung beetle turd. Doesn't mean I'm going to eat a dung beetle turd, motherfucker. No, it ain't happening. I don't care what you put on it. Motherfucker lives on shit, and then you're going to eat the shit out of the dung beetle shit? Come on. That's got to leave a smell behind. But back in, I lived in in Arizona, and we lived in towns there wasn't a legal person in town but us. I'm telling you. And we never had to worry about it. Immigration rolled in. We'd have, population would drop by about 50%, but we were all right. We were still good. We had our papers. But these guys cook shit in sheep intestines. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, don't eat the tamales. Don't eat anything that's got some meat in it. They'll call stuff beef and chicken. I guarantee you it ain't beef or chicken. And a lot of that beef is dog and cats, and that's what happens to them neighborhood animals. Guarantee it. But the hell of that, they'll even eat shit with salamanders and stuff. And I'm telling you, if it's got meat in it, don't eat it, folks. But now they used to bring some shit to the house. Now they had some damn. They'd bring boiled corn on a damn stick, and they'd put butter all over it and some kind of red powder. I can't remember what that shit was. They said the first one was free, but after that I'd have to pay for it. They'd bring that shit to the house. This one guy, he'd push a box around. He had a box on wheels. It was freezer, and he'd bring ice cream to the house. But don't eat that fucking beef. I'm telling you. You guys, all kidding aside, people, I worry about all of you. I love you all, man. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you've done. All I want to do is try to plant a seed in your mind, tell you about Jesus Christ. It's not my job to do anything more than that, just please. The only way out of what's happening is through Jesus Christ. Make no mistake. And make no mistake, God loves you. No matter what you've done, no matter how bad, no matter, I'm telling you, you can be saved. Please, if you don't believe a word I tell you, believe that. At least look into it. Let that seed grow. Work that seed a little bit. See what happens to it. That's all I ask. You don't have to like my videos. You don't have to share them. You don't even have to comment or anything. I'm not asking for none of that. Just believe and look in to Jesus if he's not in your heart already. May God bless us all, folks. It's the only way out of this. Till next time.